What is up, everybody? This is Kyle from the TF Review, and here we have a video review of the newest Dinobot in the bunch, Dinobot Slash. So, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy this review. So, here we have the packaging for Dinobot Slash, god damn, and I keep saying Splash, and I know for a fact I'm going to keep saying Splash. For no apparent reason, it just comes out as Splash. But I mean Slash, so if I say Splash, I really apologize. It's just second nature for me. It's completely unpremeditated. It just happens. So here we have the packaging for Slash. And as you can see, you got Slash in the front, you got the half-ass blah 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 bio right there, picture of Slash, Raptor mode, Autobot drift, strafe, it's exactly the same as all the other Age of Extinction Deluxes and all blah 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 blah. So, let's go ahead, let's open up Slash, let's take a look at this figure. So here we have Slash in his Velociraptor mode. And I do have to say that of all the Dinobot modes that I've seen so far, I believe Slash is, so far, he's my favorite Dinobot. Just in Dinobot mode. Robot mode for me is a little bit different. A lot of the issues that I had with Scorn, since it's a similar body structure, aren't existent here, which I really appreciate. The legs have great articulation, the tail isn't as wonky and doesn't smell like spray paint like Scorn. The head, not as much articulation, but nonetheless, it does articulate a little bit. And apart from just the sort of the wonky color palette, I really, really enjoy it. For articulation, this mode has really quite a bit. The legs can bend, he's got some ankle tilts, which is due to the transformation. The feet can move forward and back. No articulation in the tail, unfortunately. The arms are on ball joints. They are slightly hindered by these yellow things. However, you can take them out. And they do become kind of like battle axes. And then you can articulate his arms much, much better. And everything just kind of pegs in. Everything is solid. It's nice. I really, really enjoy this figure. Now, for a size comparison, let's see. Let me just get him in an opposable position. For size comparison, this is where things get a little wonky with the Dinobots. They're totally not in scale with one another. Here we have Slug, who's obviously very tiny. And of course, Scorn. Now, Scorn is theoretically supposed to be the largest of all of them. And Slash, which is the Velociraptor, who's theoretically supposed to be the smallest of all of them, is in fact fairly large, which is kind of weird, but since they're all deluxe scaled, I guess I can look past it, but, just don't expect them to be really as in scale as one another as they'll be in the movie. Now, for the transformation, this is where I'm kind of like, okay, so why did you do that? I mean, well, I'm really asking Hasbro a lot of questions, because there's some really, really questionable things. For example, these legs, which I think are great, they're much better than Scorn's legs. They have a lot of articulation, they're on a ball joint, they have an upper thigh swivel, they have ankle tilt. For some reason, these legs become really, really terrible arms. And they would work perfectly as legs. Just give them a little more support and they would be perfect. But, yeah, I guess I'll show you the transformation now, and I can talk about that in just a little bit. And I should probably raise the camera. Now, to transform Slash, basically, you want to split his head in half. And this is where things really get kind of weird, because the head becomes the legs, and they're really not solid. Now, to get the legs, you just want to twist this piece around. You want to flip the head back, and there you go. Now you want to twist it around. And take this little bit and fold it forward like that. And then you want to do the same thing to this side. It's really kind of hard to show. Let me see. Okay, and then you want to do the same to this side. Fold the head back. Twist this around. Fold the feet out. And then eventually you'll get a click. Well, kind of a click. There you go. You hear that? That's a click. That's a click I was looking for. And then you want to take them and twist them around. And there are his legs. You know, they're not much. In fact, his Velociraptor legs are much larger. Then what you want to do is fold his arms up, and they fold fairly easy. You just want to take them and bend them. You'll notice the hand pops out. Then you want to take his claw, and it just folds around, folds down. And there's his arm. Do the same exact thing to the other arm. Fold it around. And there you have his arms. Then you want to take his rib cage, his Velociraptor rib cage, and it just kind of folds up like that. And then it does like click into place. And then you can pull his tail down, and you can position his arms in many different ways. Let's peg this back in. And there you have his little robot mode. Now you can see where these are where my concerns start to come in. In terms of aesthetic, it does look nice. He's really got a lot of great sculpting, a lot of rubber pieces. The whole tail is rubber. These are rubber, his weapons are rubber, and these little knee things are rubber. So you do kind of find yourself having to move them around and position them so they don't get in the way during the transformation, or even just posability, or posing it, or playing with it. But they're not too bad. And I'm sure you can see I'm kind of struggling to having them pose. And that's kind of where my biggest gripe is. I wish they would have utilized the Velociraptor legs for these legs, because these legs are really, they're garbage. And his arms are garbage because they're legs folded up into arms. Again, that's something I really didn't like. And it completely kills the robot mode for me. Apart from that, the sculpt is nice. As you can see, it is continuing the knight motif that all the other Dinobots are currently sporting. Not a lot of backpack room. The arms do fold back, but they also are utilized for weapon storage, so that I can look past. And overall, I mean, there's really not a lot to say. Now, you can take his two little battle axes and peg him into his arms, things, and you can go ahead and pose him how you want. And he does actually look pretty cool with them. He looks like he's about to literally slash you. Now for articulation, let's go ahead and take these out. His arms are on ball joints. They do have upper thigh swivel. Well, they should be upper thigh swivel. Technically bicep swivel. They do bend, but barely, probably, I don't know, nothing. You can articulate the claws in the back of his hands. He does have a waist swivel, which is actually fairly nice, despite how tiny it is. His legs are also on ball joints. They're on much smaller ball joints, so they're not as strong as the upper ones. Again, why, Hasbro, would you do that when you've got solid ball joints right there, but really crappy, sturdy ball joints right there? I mean, I just don't get it. Anyway, his elbow pads do move out of the way. He does have knee bending abilities, and no real feet articulation. In fact, a lot of times I'm fighting with these feet because these panels up in the front are always getting unlodged. So again, another really kind of strange design decision by Hasbro, which I kind of can't wrap my mind around. And really, apart from that, there's not much more to say about Slash. For a size comparison, let's see what I got in robot mode. Yeah. Here he is next to Generations Orion Pax. And Generation Starscream. So he's about the same size as Orion Pax, a little smaller than Starscream. So yeah, that's it for this review. Overall, I think Slash has a really wonderful Velociraptor mode. It's so far my favorite Dinobot mode, but the robot mode is really lacking. Again, I'm not a fan of it at all. I'm going to keep him in Velociraptor mode because I think it's just overall much better. And then there's just the weird decision of having, really crap legs and then really underutilized arms, and it's just blah, you know, blah. So, that does it for this review of Age of Extinction Slash. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at the TF Review. And we're going to look at some more Dinobots. So, join me until next time when we take a look at Strafe. Ta-ta for now.